Welcome back to the channel, friends. Today we're rocking and rolling with some more PokéPath TD, a terrific Pokemon Tower Defense. And there's been a brand new update, which is fantastic. It adds items. It obviously revamps the maps a little bit, right? They look a lot better. Look a lot more like, I suppose, the Game Boy version of the game. You know, good, charming Pokemon art style. And furthermore, we actually have these presets, too. So if you want to check out the latest version of the game, you can download it on itch.io. I will leave a link in the video description below, of course. Download it there. And, you know, these presets are super, super cool. So you can save a preset up here in the top left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 slots. Then you can also just quickly load it. So, for instance, I have my attack team on slot 1 here, right? And then I've got kind of a back-end team on slot 2. So mid-fight, mid-wave, mid-battle, we can actually switch from a frontward position to a backward position, right? To give better overall coverage. And then for number 3 here, this is a team that you would use to probably leave it on overnight on auto and idle mode, right? And speaking of idle mode, well, check out the bankroll. We got over $1 million now. I took your guys' advice and I left this thing on overnight. We netted about $1 million, and I mean, it's time to really spend some cash. First and foremost, though, what are we looking at for our team? Well, we have Whiscash. I mean, he's one of my favorites. What does alarm me a little bit about Whiscash is not all maps have water. So that's tough, right? It's tough. We can't get a ton of value out of him. On certain maps, we can. On this map, we can. On other maps, we cannot. If you look forward a little bit, we're not seeing water on all these zones, right? Unfortunately. Secondly, there are items. To purchase items, go to the shopping cart, and you can buy a variety of random items. This one will cause a holder to deal plus 10 damage. This will reduce recharge speed by 15%. Attacks no longer restore hearts. Right, you got the Twisted Spoon for the Abra family. Looks like you got a... So this can only be held... Okay, that's interesting. And then, of course, we do have access to more random Pokemon. Now, as far as my roster of Pokemon goes... let's take a look. So, I'm using the following team. I think in knowing that Whiscash is probably not a long-term solution given he's strictly on water, I think we should probably spend some of this bankroll just getting new Pokemon. And let's kind of see what we get. I think it's a pretty exciting thing for sure. So let's see what we can get by way of the Pokemon Egg. And then obviously we want to power level some key units to kind of get through the first zone. And then I've also gotten requests for, you know, check out another route. Well, we can certainly do that. I have not tried Route 2-1 yet. And obviously we want to get to the 160 mark. You can't see this because my cam is blocking it, but we need 160 stars to get a new Pokemon slot unlocked. So that's kind of what we're looking at. That's our goal. We should have the funding to at least have a lot more success. And I guess we'll just kind of see how far we can take it. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your observations in the comment section, of course. And, you know, which Pokemon do you think we should invest more in? So, first and foremost, friends, let's go ahead and let's buy some eggs. Let's get some eggs. Absolutely. And let's go ahead and do it. So, I mean, I don't know how much I plan to invest. But let's buy some random ones. So, Mareep. Okay, cool. An electric type. We have a Wimpod. Okay. We have a Spinda. We have a Sneasel. Okay, Sneasel's pretty good. We have a Trapinch. Okay, so Trapinch has a very strong evolved form. We have a Pawniard. See, I'm like mostly familiar. Hey, how about this? An Abra. So this Pokemon focuses on teleporting in place at the cost of reducing stacking damage by 75%. Can only be held by Abracadabra or Alakazam. I mean, it's the item for Abra. Let's buy it. What is this? Tax grants gold equivalent to 3% of the damage dealt in gold. I mean, that's a great way to get the Persian effect without actually using Persian. I'll take that. Why not? Field terrain instead behaves as grass for the holder. Okay, so field terrain behaves as grass. So this would be really good for Sceptile. So let's grab that. After recovering a heart, the Pokemon holding this item will have its recharge speed reduced by 50% for the rest of the wave. Okay, interesting. I mean, damage up, yeah. Recharge speed up, yes. What is this? Field terrain instead behaves as water for the holder. Attack is 50% wider. 50% wider. Wow. Field terrain instead behaves as water for the holder. So if I put this on, say, Whiscash, could we throw him on the field terrain? Maybe so. I mean, maybe this solves our future-proof problems with Whiscash. If you guys think about it, right? Yeah, Abra might be an OP option. Yeah, could very well be. I mean, very strong attacker. Kind of a glass cannon in the Pokemon games. I mean, attack is 50% wider. That seems insane to me for like a Whiscash. I think this is good. Getting these terrain ones, obviously good. This item allows field/grass area Pokemon to be placed in mountain terrain. Reduces the number of projectiles to 1, but decreases recharge time by 20% for each lost projectile. Lileep and Crawdilly cannot hold this item. I think we're good on items for now. I've spent, 200k on items already. So let's keep rolling. Nice. Staryu. Fantastic. One of my favorite ones is Staryu. Well, Star me. Maractus. Starly. Pretty basic one. Sunkern. I'm excited about that Trap Pinch. We got Machop, the fighting type. I believe fighting types are really good against armored and shielded foes. Hey, Magikarp, what do you know? Gyarados, right? Really, really strong one. Magikarp, not so much. Wow, this guy looks strong. Drudagon. See, I'm mostly familiar with like Gen 1 and 2 and 3-ish. So this must be like a newer one. Halucha. I mean, we're getting some pretty cool looking Pokemon, man. Shroomish, nice. That's a fighting type. Sandshrew. Sandslash. Sandile. Riolu. Okay, so Lucario. Let's take a look at what we have here. So let's learn a little bit more about the traits. So let's see. First and foremost, first up, Abra. What do you got? He's got Teleport. Teleports periodically whenever possible. Each teleport grants 100% stackable damage to the next attack. 2 power. But obviously, you want to get him evolved, right? You certainly do. And we can evolve him very quickly. I'm curious what level he evolves into Alakazam, because if you remember, you used to have to trade him. And then it would evolve, which is crazy. Riolu. The projectiles explode in an area causing half damage to nearby enemies. Okay, so it's an AoE attack. Pretty weak. But of course, it's only at level 1. And still 4 to 5 times stronger than like an Abra. We have a Trap Pinch. Yeah, so level 35. 13. Doubles its range if it's in the mountains. I mean, that's pretty incredible. 90 range goes up to 180. How does that stack up to like a Whiscash? So 280, okay. I mean, 280 range is absolutely insane. It really is. Oh, what else do we have? Mareep. How about this guy? Sneasel. Criticals do twice the damage. So that stacked with Farfetch'd seems like a good synergy. What else do we have? Wimpod. This thing looks cool. First attack on an enemy deals double damage. 23 power. Wow. Attack's relatively fast as well. How about Pawniard? Turns negative effects of items into positive effects. X shape, really. Range 170, attack slow. High crit rate. How about this guy? This guy seems pretty intense. Drudagon. He doesn't have an evolved form. Projectiles explode in an area causing half damage to nearby enemies. Again. 101 range, 11 power. Attack slow. Maybe he's not quite the stalwart that I thought he was. How about a good old-fashioned one like Staryu? Starmie at level 33. It doubles its speed if it's in the water. Wow, look at this. X shape, great range. Man, do we maybe go with the Staryu? It is a water type, but I'm curious about something. So, let's say, for instance, let's give Ditto Oh, right. They can't be deployed. Right. Okay. So to equip an item, you have to... You can't have them deployed. Okay, that makes sense. And then you click this button here. I want to see... if... Yeah, field terrain instead behaves as water. Wait, you can't equip this, Ditto? Is that correct? Is it because you're a Ditto? I want to see if this does what I think it does. No, it doesn't. Got it. Okay. Well, maybe if you could find... See, I thought that would allow me to throw him on field terrain, which would kind of offset his critical weakness being a water type, right? But that's not how it goes, unfortunately. Well, let's get a new slate of monsters here, man. Pokemon. I think Charizard, yeah. We can get him 10 level ups for 66k. I think that's a no-brainer. You do it. Now it goes up to 201k. That balloons up fast. I mean, Charizard's in. Sceptile. What's an ideal item for him? I mean, he's a high damage dealer. We can get a lot of gold back. 3% of the damage dealt in gold, right? The holder deals plus 10 damage. Reduce recharge speed by 15%. So that's this, right? I mean, 15% of 1 second. I mean, that's not bad at all. He'll attack super, super fast. Let's get him some love, too. So, Sceptile. We'll get you right there in the helm, man. I think Farfetch'd is a good solution. Given that he does buff crit damage. Sceptile has a decently high crit rate at 15%. I think maybe, now that I think about this, an individual did want to see other maps. So let's go ahead and let's try another map. Let's do Route 2-1. It's going to force me not to use Whiscash, which is fun. Let's do Route 2-1. So that means we're going to have to go away from Whiscash. We can assign Ditto to something else. So, remove units. Ditto certainly needs some love, right? 48. Let's get him up to like 50. 53. I mean, do we maybe go with like 2 Sceptiles here? So they must come from this zone, is my guess. And then do they like split? I mean, obviously you want them in the tall grass. I think that's a great spot for Sceptile right there. And maybe we use Ditto on Sceptile. Put him right there, right? Just double that attack power. I mean, it's super, super strong. I think you probably got to do it. Honchkrow, get some love. I am a fan. I do like Honchkrow. And this means Farfetch'd should probably be benched for now, at least. Let's try out some cool new units. Alright, so Ditto, you are... We have to pull him out quick. Charizard. Pull you out quick. Sceptile, I want you to be cloned by Ditto. Grumpig. Maybe get rid of you too, man. Honchkrow. Yeah, let's just start afresh. Let's grab this Ditto. It's going to change into Sceptile. It looks like Ditto can't equip items. Okay, so that's the deal with Ditto. Throw him right there, though. Double Sceptile. Fantastic. We've got Zigzagoon, 600 health. Okay, so these guys are actually kind of tanky. We have another ambusher right here. Maractus. Doubles its power if in tall grass. Attack's really slow. Not great range. It's got an area attack, though. Interesting. I mean, I wonder... How about you, man? Armor break. I think you probably want an armor breaker. Causes double damage to armor. I mean, we should probably get Machop, right? I think so. Let's add Machop. I do need an armor breaker. Looks like Magikarp has armor break? What? I wonder how powerful a Gyarados is. It is a water type, though, of course, right? Can only be placed in water. I think Machop is a good solution. It's a strong fighting type that breaks armor, which is good, because armor gets scary, man. So let's evolve him. All right, nice. We got him a choke now. 1.57. 212 power. Getting super, super strong. Machamp at 42. Let's make it happen. Bam, Machamp. 805 power. What? 805 power. Wow, man. That is insane. Well, let's give you some more love there, Machamp. That's crazy. Hey, we got Watts possible dumb question. Been a while since I last played. Do I just install over the last one to update or make it fresh? All right, so here's what you want to do, man. Here's what you want to do. So you go into the settings. You go down to the bottom, or not the bottom, the top portion, and then you want to go export data, okay? It's going to export into a notepad document, okay, that you will download, all right? And then what you do is you download the latest version of the game. You set it up, right? You install it, set it up, all that good stuff. And then you can import that same notepad document to make sure you don't lose progress at all. That's what you want to do. Definitely a good question to ask, because I had the same questions as well. All right, what else are we doing here? What other mons you guys want to see? I mean, Kelly, you were interested in Abra. I think we should probably... Let's try Abra. Always liked Abra. Just a glass cannon. All right, Kadabra. Get born. All right, 0.8. 63 power. Well, 50 for Alakazam. Wow, man. Bam. 230. Attack super, super fast, though. 20% crits. Field grass and mountain flexibility. Focuses on teleporting in place, the cost of reducing stacking damage by 75%. I don't know exactly what that means. But let's try it. I mean, it's a Twisted Spoon in Alakazam, right? Let's throw him right there. Cool, he like hovers. That is cool. We're obviously going with Charizard if we want the most success. So add him in. For sure. Charizard's got great range, man. Looks like there's a mountain zone up here, too. Let's throw him right there. Let's have him target... Not burn. Not burned. For Machamp, we'll have you target. We want you to focus on Armored, man. High armor. All right, who else are we going with? Oh, you think he might teleport him back? Yeah, maybe, man. Maybe. Who's this guy? Halucha. Double damage to armor. I think Machamp is. I mean, his stats are crazy. Absolutely phenomenal stats. I always did like Trap Pinch as well. I mean, we could get Riolu into Lucario. Looks like his power goes up quite a bit. The 110 range isn't the best. How about you, Trap Pinch? What do we know about you, man? No crits. Very, very small range. It doubles its range if it's in mountains. Okay, so if we add you... Still just, like, barely doesn't get it done, right? Well, let's shelve you then, Trap Pinch. I'm good. collab went awesome, man. Collab went awesome. You'll definitely have to check it out. If you like Dark Quest 4, that game, you'll probably like the game that we played. Good to see you, Jones. Good to see you, man. All right, Lucario. Here we go. So 99 power. So this guy attacks fast as well. Decent range and splash damage. Throw him like right there. And then our last Pokemon. What do you guys want to see? We got 110k to invest. I mean, I do have Grumpig. Honchcrow's good. I mean, he attacks super fast. I am a fan of Honchcrow. I think he's done really good things. What is this? Power Aura. Increases damage dealt by Pokemon within range by 20%. Really? It doesn't attack at all, though. But 20% increase in power? Are you serious, dude? I mean, you have to, right? You have to. Why wouldn't you? Sunflora. Looks like it increases the range a little bit. Yeah. All right, cool. They got a nice little effect here, right? The glowing effect. I'd say let's run with this and let's see what happens. Let's get it. All right, Zigzagoon just getting absolutely wrecked by Sceptile, all right? That doubled power. And you can see that crit just popping off, man. All right, this is good stuff. Got Poochyena. About to get wrecked, man. So they do divert. Some of them divert, others don't. Okay. We cooking, man. As far as an item, should probably get an item for Charizard here, huh? Probably just throw this on auto for now. Early on. Do a little shopping. No longer restores hearts. I mean, after recovering a heart, reduces the number of projectiles to 1. Field grass area Pokemon to be placed in mountain terrain. I mean, it does give us flexibility. Let's grab it. Increases range by 60. Can only be held by Magikarp or Gyarados. Do we have any item for you, Charizard? I guess not really. Man, this Sceptile is just doing incredible work. In fact, you probably want to switch them. I mean, Lucario's getting, like, nobody's getting any action, like Sceptile. Just getting insanely strong. So let's go ahead and let's save this as Formation 1. So I'm going to take it off auto here for a moment. Got Magnemites. And the Zigzagoon. Just finding out, getting wrecked. Alright, so we're going to save this up. So we'll save this team. And then should something happen, right? Should things get ugly, think you probably go with something like this. Something like that. We can save that as Form 2. So let's go ahead and let's load up Form 1. Just to backload the formation a little bit. Got Purloin, Zigzagoon, and Magnemites. You guys already know what's going to happen. They're going to get wrecked. We'll be cooking a little little Carpaccio. They're getting devoured raw. That's right, man. Yeah, nobody said that we're the good guys in Pokemon Tower Defense. We are literally slaying Pokemon. But this is good because it should get us closer to the 160 star mark. I'm at 100 after this wave. And that, of course, means we can add a new one, right? We can add a brand new one. Oh, man, sushi's so good. Lanoon. That's an evolved form. Ah, favorite sushi, man. That's a tough question. I like... It's like the Philadelphia roll. That's a good roll because it has cream cheese in it, right? It just adds that richness to it that I really do enjoy. So I would say Philadelphia roll if I had to choose. You're either ruining or saving an economy with all these kills. Man, we are setting up our own little poaching operation is what we're doing. I haven't even seen Machamp attack yet, man. Look at him. He's just ready to go. Look at this guy. He's ready to go, man. Bronzor. All right, armored guys. But this is where Machamp shines, right? I mean, we're not really having too much of a problem. Yet, anyways. Is it poaching if they come at you? I suppose not. No, we're just, it's an expression of self-defense, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose. I mean, these guys didn't have to meet up with my team, right? They didn't have to do that. They chose to, and, you know, as a result, they find out. All right, nice, Machamp. Machamp's a beast, dude. I'm so impressed by Machamp. I really am. 980 power is insane. Especially, it's like, what? 4 times what Charizard hits for? That's crazy, dude. And a pretty fast attack as well. Right, Purloin. These guys are pretty quick with 2 speed. They got some just low health, but decent speed. And the first thing I'm noticing is we're getting a ton more gold for this route, right? Like we are. Spicy dynamite roll for Jones. Kelly's saying sushi pizza, huh? Never heard of that, man. Never heard of that. But sushi is just good. It is. And what I like about it, I guess depending on what roll you get, what I like about sushi is it doesn't leave you feeling like so incredibly full that you can't move. You know? Like there's other dishes out there that you can get that make you feel so incredibly full. Really does. Man, our new form team, our new shaped team is fantastic. I'm glad we decided to buy a bunch of new Pokemon. And what do you know, friends? We're doing this without Whiscash, our boy Whiscash, right? Think about that as well. I mean, the double Sceptile is a thing, but is it better maybe to, like, double up Machamp? I guess he's got double power, so this guy's hitting for 600 every second. Machamp is hitting for 980 every second and a half. So it's actually about the same. The damage output is about the same. I mean, I think the most interesting thing to me is Charizard has been backseated effectively. All right, nice. Lucario with a nice little energy blast. These must be the Might Yenas, right? Nice. Delibird. These guys are worth 976. They're super, super fast with 4 speed. But if you can kill them, you get a big payout. And we got Loudred. There's the Mighty Yena. Machamp is my Mike Tyson. Oh, absolutely it is. It's Mike Tyson in his prime. Absolutely. Vorpal likes the plain old California roll. Nothing wrong with that, man. Yeah, sushi pizza, man. I never heard of that. Sounds good. Never heard of that. I mean, let's be honest. Like, virtually anything in pizza in the same sentence sounds good. Like, if we're just being completely honest. pizza is one of the best things on planet Earth. Wow, we're just cruising, man. Zigzagoon. Still just finding out. Sceptile. So strong. Oh boy. Invisible. Okay. Yep. That caught me off guard. Ninjask. Alright, we're going to have to be ready for those guys. What I need is... Let me just get to 160 so I can add... Could add Honchkrow back in there. Alright, nice job, guys. Let's keep going. I mean, that armor used to make me cringe, man. Really did. I gotta keep my eyes open for these Ninjask, though. Because they are invisible. Can I get to 160 before we run across a pack of them? That sounds fantastic, man. Sushi pizza sounds fantastic. And it's also interesting that you two go to the same sushi restaurant. That's pretty cool too, man. Alright, definitely meeting a little bit of resistance here, but not a problem. Not seeing any Ninjask, which is good. Loudred is pretty tanky at 1607. But not a problem for the strong Sceptile on the helm. Nice, execute. These goofy Executor. Excuse me. These goofy looking dudes. I always thought that was a pretty goofy Pokemon. Executor. But it's super, super tanky. Looks like it regens as well. And it's a psychic, like, grass Pokemon, which is kind of crazy. All right, good job, boys. All right, 127 for the stars. So what do we need? I need an invisible unit with long range. That's what we need. 127 stars. The one rule I have for sushi, though, friends, is never eat gas station sushi. A really, really bad idea. Not sure why anybody would ever think that's a good idea. It is not a good idea. Nice, Telebirds. Back up to 100k now. Let's keep grinding. I mean, we're having great success here on Route 2-1. You should. I mean, if you invest $1 million into your team, you should. You should. You should have a lot more success. But the pricing to upgrade your units is pretty crazy in this game. Yeah, Murkrow was our invisible detector. I'm going to bring him back. Hopefully I can lock in another 30 stars. We'll see. Can always go to this route too, Route 112. There's some easy stars to be had there for sure. Right? So we can definitely do that. I got to get up to 160 so we can add another Pokemon. And then another thing, there's actually there's challenge modes as well that you can turn on. You have to I think you have to have like 900 or something stars first, but there's new challenge modes as well. So they're actively adding a lot to this game. This game just like released, I think, 2.5 to 3 weeks ago about. And the person that does the artwork was in the comment section of my first or second, probably second video of this game. Seems like a nice person as well. So if you like this game, you know, definitely give it a look. Price is right. Let's get some Murkrow. We just need 27 more. Let's get 27 more. Glad we haven't come across more of them Ninjask. Yeah, you just get so much more gold on this route per kill. Like, so much more gold. So you guys will have to let me know at the end of this video if this is something that I simply just leave on overnight tonight. Again, get another huge bankroll and have some fun at the beginning of the next episode. We can certainly do that. Alright, so the area attacks are nice. Man, is Alakazam attacking fast. You guys see that? What's his attack range? It's not great, is it? Yeah, you like the shopping at the beginning of the stream? Alright, man, well... when I sit down to record a new video of PokéPath TD here, we'll start with some I guess post-evening grinding, right? Have that nice big bankroll. We'll see what we can do with it. I found that part fun too because we got a bunch of new ones to deal with, right? And kind of assembled our team based off of what we got. Not to mention buying and then evolving on the spot some Pokemon. That was pretty fun. And I don't know, man. I feel like I got my atomic purple Game Boy Color again. And I'm running through like Pokemon Red. That's what it feels like, man. Got my champ Alakazam. Charizard, obviously. Just a few staples, man. Nothing is quite like Gen 1 to me. Just nothing is quite like it to me. That's, of course, the era that I first picked up Pokemon. Gen 1. The original 150, man. I actually have spent... Now, I don't play Pokemon on the channel too often, but I actually have spent a lot of time in my life playing Pokemon. It's just good stuff. It's a good quality game. The Pokemon are all fun and useful in their own ways, right? And I think this game kind of leans into that a little bit. Obviously, you're not battling Pokemon per se, but it's cool that each Pokemon does a little bit different stuff. And there's also an idle aspect to it as well. I think like the pricing to actually get some of our Pokemon upgraded is excessive. Like it's very, very high, but the game also gives you the option to just simply leave it on overnight and then have millions of dollars to deal with, right? So it's a balance that I think does work. I think it does. All right, here we go, guys. Come on now. Lucario. All right, there's some leakage. All right, we're starting to leak. All right, who's this? Liperd. That must be like, what, Gen 5 or beyond? Got Magneton. Super high armor, but Machamp doesn't have a problem with that. Just punches through the armor. That's how it's done. Rotate the team back down. All right, 147. We need 160. Let's go. This might be it. Yeah. Massive, massive leakage. That's where that one wraps up. Okay, so we're at 147. I need 13 more stars, and then I think we can probably go a little bit further in Route 2-1 here. So, I think let's make a little pit stop. Let's make a little pit stop to Route 1-2. Okay? Let's make a pit stop here, and then... I mean, I think you probably go Machamp, and then you probably use Ditto on Machamp. Our grass areas are back here. There's no reason to have 2 Sceptiles, because I do believe they can go either path, right? So Sceptile is going to be much less effective. Pro tip, to avoid losing, don't let the Pokemon pass through the end gate. Yeah, look at the loot from that... Excuse me. Look at the loot from that quick run, says Kelly. You're 100% right. I mean, we made 150K, right? Got a bunch of stars. We're close to 160. We are knocking on the door to 160, which is good. So what I'm going to do here is, let's go ahead and let's pull out... And then let's add back in Ditto. He's going to assume the form of Machamp. Let's go Machamp there. Let's go Ditto Machamp right. Probably right there. Actually, let's throw Charizard right here. Let's go Ditto Machamp right there. Let's go Sceptile. Right there, you can at least cover this lane, right? Sunflora, I mean, I suppose right here, just buffing these guys up. Why not? Then looks like this is the only spot for Lucario. It does make sense given he's getting buffed up. I think he probably needs it a little bit, to be honest. And let's go ahead and run this. We need 13 stars. So let's go. Oh, yeah, dude. Metapod finding out. What was it? Game Pro Mag or something had ridiculous tips that were just stupid. Yeah, like for Pokemon. Yeah, I remember there was all these like hacks to like get Mew and stuff. Like that was big when I was growing up. Like, you know, somebody supposedly knew a way to do it in Pokemon Red, right? You gotta like go down by the SSN and you gotta use strength and push the truck, and under the truck there's this and like all this stuff. I don't ever think that there was ever a real exploit to get an actual Mew in the original Pokemon game. I don't think so. I could be wrong. Could certainly be wrong, but I remember like chatting with my pals about it in school and just being like, yo guys, you know, I think there's Mew in this game, right? Did you try this? Did you do this? Then of course there was that glitch where you swim off Cinnabar Island and you go up and down. Then you start fighting, what are those guys called? Missing numbers. And then your game gets all glitched and you get like level 900 Rattatas and stuff. Oh, some goofy stuff, man. Dupin, yeah, Dupin. Infinite item, yeah. The infinite item glitch actually did work. It actually did. You could just dupe rare candy and then just power level everything if you wanted to. But yeah, that was definitely a real glitch. I don't think, unless you guys know better, I don't think Mew was in the original one. I really don't. Yeah, Master Balls. Yeah, Master Balls, exactly. Master Balls, rare candy. You can get protein, carbos, like all that stuff. And just build like super Pokemon to one-shot everything in the Final Four. Or the Elite Four. Man, it's coming back to me, man. Like, playing this game right here, it kind of makes me want to go back to just starting a fresh new file on Pokemon Red or something, man. I mean, I probably wouldn't, because my time is too valuable in other things for, you know, you fine folks that watch it. But man, if I just had like a couple of weeks off, maybe I was a hermit on an island, right? And in my treasure chest, there is my Atomic Purple Game Boy Color and Pokemon Red cartridge. You bet I would play the crap out of that. You absolutely bet. All right, we got Venonat. Yeah, these guys aren't even getting out of spawn. It's getting killed at spawn. Rare candy was weaker than natural leveling? Really? Is that true? I've never heard that, but maybe. There's just something about, like, the excitement of when your Pokemon evolves, man. Like, that's what it was all about, right? Especially back when it was new, right? And, you know, like, now, everybody knows the evolved form of everything. Well, imagine a time before that. Imagine a time when you did not have, when you did not know that, right? When you were like, Bellsprout, this is a cool looking one. I bet you, you know, evolves into a stronger looking plant, right? Sure enough, it does. But at what level, and then what moves does it learn, and is it any good, and what are its stats like? All that stuff. That was the, man. That's why it's just such a legendary series, dude. It's the game where you battle Pokemon that actually does it right. It was a first. It was a first game to do it right, if you ask me. Now there are you know good other series out there, but I think Pokemon was the first one to really just lean in heavily on it. And yeah, they built an empire off of it, didn't they? Absolutely insane. But these games are super fun to play, man. They really are. Who's this guy? Probopass. Must be the evolved form of Nosepass. You see, I'm familiar with Gen 1 and 2, partially 3. Jones is going to look it up. Yeah, dude. Absolutely. And we are 4 away from yet another Pokemon slots becoming available. And this is big time for us because I think we need Honchkrow in there. We need him in there. So he can go on the mountain. So I'll probably throw him right up here. And we'll show him some love, you bet. Absolutely show him some love. I mean, he's already level 50. How much love does he need? Maybe he's already level 50. So if that's the case, then he's kind of underwhelming at just 200, but he does attack super fast. What I'm enjoying is this Alakazam and his super fast attack speed, man. If only Pokemon had kept innovating instead of using lawyers and nostalgia to keep on top. Yeah, man. Yeah, I've heard things. In fact, a pretty common comment I've been getting my first few videos of this game are, you know, when is this just small dev team going to get sued, right? And unfortunately, that's a thing that you have to worry about. Because EVs make your skills stronger, it's not stat-based. Yeah, EVs, that was a thing. When did that start coming about? In, like, the Game Boy Advanced era of this game. It wasn't a thing in red and blue and yellow. At least I don't think. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could very, very well be wrong. Kelly's enjoying the new handheld Atari system. His wife got him. Awesome, man. It's a blast playing the old classics. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Especially handheld, right? You can take it on the road with you. If you got 30 minutes on a lunch break or something, right? Absolutely. That's a fantastic gift. Venomoth. That was one of my favorites back in the day. I always liked Venomoth. Then we got Probopass with 2300 armor, but watch this armor just melt, man. Machamp just punches through the armor. The only Atari game Jones has ever played was Pong. Well, hey, man, that's not a bad one to start with. Absolutely not. Yeah, man, just getting wrecked. Venonat, Venomoth. Just don't bring enough to the table. It would be cool to actually, like... Because I think... I don't know how long the waves are. We might go to wave 100, maybe. Maybe further. I guess I don't know. But I know that there is a legendary Pokemon boss that comes at the end of each route. Here's Slugma. 2,872 HP. Resistant to burn. Alright, so now we're starting to see them kind of get to the first turn here, right? Sunflora, though. What a beast Sunflora is. You don't even need to, like, invest money into it. Although its range... Okay, so its range goes up. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then I take back my previous statement. Let's get it some love, man. Sunflora, fantastic. Kelly was playing the Breaker game. Oh, yeah, dude. I used to play those games too, man. Where you got a little paddle at the bottom and you shoot up the ball and then it comes back down and you got to hit it. You don't want your ball to fall off the screen, right? You hit it back up and you try to break all the bricks. Yeah, man. I loved those games back in the day. Those were definitely solid. Those were solid games. Remastered version, okay. Pretty slick. Anybody play Pokemon Snap? It was for N64. And you go on like a safari. And you have to like snap photos. Right? You're not catching them, but you're snapping photos of them. And then obviously like the super rare ones, you gotta do it just right, and you gotta do certain things to make them show up just to have a chance to snap a photo. And then different photos of different quality, you know, like that's how the game was like set up. Because you wanted to get like the perfect photo, more like. Yeah, you play Pokemon Snap, yeah. I never personally played it. I had a really good friend that always played it though. And then Pokemon Go, right? That's a whole nother thing. I know a person that plays that. Seems kind of fun, to be honest. Throw out bait to catch Pokemon eating for bonus points. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, if you could catch... Yeah, exactly. Exactly, yeah. It's all about, like, what the Pokemon's actually doing when you take the photo, right? That's how you get more points. Yeah. It's coming back to me now. But that was a fun one. That was a little side installment of the main game, right? And I think if they've done one thing, they've done that. They've thought about the world they've created, and they've made other ways to play. So it really has created a really broad base of people that enjoy it. Smart move, if you ask me. So our next open slot is 320. So if you look down here, I'll move my little camera bottom right. Well, we got 320. But Sunflora, I think, is a game changer for sure. Pokemon Call of Duty coming out next. You know, I can't say that I wouldn't play it, because I definitely would, man. I definitely would. That's a great idea. Okay, 40 Graveler, wow. 4 Probo Pass. Just mod Pal World for that one. Yeah, there you go. Well, they lost their lawsuit against Pal World, right? I'm pretty sure they did. I mean, I can't say that I know too much about the lawsuit itself, other than I knew it was a lawsuit. That's about it. But if you ask me, based on what I heard about it, I'm glad that it failed. You shouldn't be able to sue for the things they were suing for. Because Pal World is not Pokemon. It isn't. In fact, it's a lot different. It's a lot different. For all intents and purposes, not fully yet, but pending. Okay. Alright, we got golems showing up now. 4,477 armor. My goodness. Well, good thing we got a double dose of Machamp here, man. Alright, Rhyhorn with... I mean, look at this guy's stats. 4,200, 2970. Alright, we got Kecleon. This is where Honchkrow is going to shine. Wow. This Route 1-2 gets real sturdy, man. Golems. What's funny to me is Rhyhorn is stronger than Golem. And, okay, now we got the Victory Bell. I always like the Victory Bell. The funniest parts in the Japanese copyright case, they cited Nintendo's own patent as conflicting with the one they were trying for. We got Dan. It says, this game's so addictive, am I right? Yes, my friend, you are absolutely right. You're absolutely right, and welcome on in to the chat, my man. Thanks for being here. Victory Bell. Okay, so these guys are testing me a little bit, man. This team seems to be holding its own. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we got a nice power block right here, man. They do a ton of damage. Dan's saying, how you doing? You all right? Yeah, man. Doing great. Doing great. Did a joint stream earlier with another content creator on YouTube and Twitch, and that went well. It was a lot of fun. And then I was like, well, didn't really get on talk with chat much during that stream because I was, focused on what I was doing with the other individual. And then I was like, hey, man, let's just throw on some PokéPath Tower Defense. Let's chat, let's chill, let's grow some Pokemon. I've got $1 million, so let's spend the $1 million on bunch of Pokemon and upgrades, and let's see what kind of trouble we can get into. Looks like we're about to get into some trouble right here, actually. Looks like you're doing the same map. Okay, cool, man. Yeah. I wonder if Route 1-1 we can get the win. I mean, we did get that 8th slot opened up, which is great. But as with most things, right, it just gets a little weaker. I think what we want to do is, let's go ahead and dump, wow, 10 more levels into Ditto is 365k, man. All right, yeah, we're definitely leaving it on overnight. So the next episode of this, we can go shopping. And yeah, you're seeing Honchkrow just do nothing. Nothing at all. Okay, we got a Rhydon. Wow. Pretty much 10,000 points of durability. Just soaks up all that damage from the Rhyhorns. One of them gets free. Rhydon, though. What a Pokemon that is. Let's go, Sceptile. Nice job. Nice crit. Might be worth hitting the first map again. I think you're right, dude. We can use Whiz Cash. How do we feel about Lucario, man? I guess he's doing 13. He does splash damage. But let's look at the damage numbers here. So Lucario and Alakazam. Alakazam attacks super fast. The question is this spoon like value add? So let's see. 6,900 damage. I mean, we need better from Alakazam, right? We need better. So let's take this off. And let's just see how he does. See if he does better. Okay, wow. Okay, so he teleports all over the place. Got it. So that's his that's what he does. It looks like when he encounters an enemy, though, he locks on. Okay. That's kind of interesting. Mega Cargo. I mean, it's got utility. It's somewhat useful. But I do like his I do like him to kind of stay put. So let's go ahead and throw that Twisted Spoon back on him. You bet. Got a Persian for the extra cash. Yes. Yes, I do. So I want to set this up tonight to grind income for the next video, right? The next time we do this game. I will use Persian and then Ditto Persian. So we'll get two of them rocking. And then just let it run overnight. Because there actually is. So there is a stat. Where is it? Yeah, stolen gold by Persian right there. Right? So it's funny that they do actually calculate that. Then you get these like crazy lifetime stats, man. Looks like there's 90 Pokemon in this. Total levels. So if you got everything to level 100. Interesting. Alright, this is where it ends, potentially. Yes, indeed. Alright, got another 296k in the bank. I think for the video, we can certainly call that good. I mean, made a lot of progress. Started things off with over $1 million. Had a lot of fun spending. Had a lot of fun evolving. I think we got some strong ones. We got Sunflora. Alakazam is always good to see in Alakazam, for sure. Lucario, I think he's still... The jury's kind of still out on him a little bit. I think we're seeing Charizard maybe get a little overshadowed. I think Machamp is absolutely incredible. And like I said, Sunflora. I mean, what a unit that is. I think there's probably some maps that'll be really, really good for Sunflora. Maybe others, not so much. I think this map is good, given you can bunch her up with, 3 other units to buff the attack. Maybe we got to think about it just a little bit differently. Maybe front load with some Machamps. We'll certainly see. But this has been another installment of PokéPath Tower Defense. Get it for yourself if you like. I will leave a link in the video description below. It's on itch.io. So with that said, friends, I'm going to get on out of here. Thanks so much for spending some time on the channel today. I'll be catching you in the next video. Thanks a lot.